Have you ever felt completely unqualified for something? Like you're hiding in the shadows just trying to get by, while the world feels like it's crashing down around you? If you have, then you're going to want to hear the story of Gideon. Picture this. For 7 long years, the Israelites are being terrorized by the Midianites. They're so scared, they're living in caves and mountain dens. Every time they plant their crops, the Midianites sweep in like a plague of locusts and take everything. It's a time of deep despair and desperation. And right in the middle of all this is a man named Gideon. But we don't meet him on a battlefield. We don't find him rallying troops. We find him in a wine press of all places, secretly threshing a little bit of wheat. He's not trying to be a hero. He's just trying to save a meal for his family without getting caught. He's literally hiding in a hole in the ground, defined by his fear. And then everything changes. An angel of the Lord appears to him and says something that must have sounded insane. "The Lord is with you, mighty warrior." Mighty warrior. Gideon probably looked over his shoulder. Who, me? I'm the weakest in my family, and my family is the weakest in our tribe. How can I possibly save Israel? He was looking at his own weakness, his own fear. But God wasn't looking at Gideon's present circumstances. He was looking at his potential. He saw a mighty warrior where Gideon only saw a frightened farmer. But before Gideon could lead an army, God gave him a very different and very personal first mission. It wasn't about fighting the Midianites. It was about confronting the idols in his own backyard. Under the cover of darkness, Gideon had to tear down the altar his own father had built to the false god Baal. It was an act of profound courage. He was risking his life, not at the hands of a foreign enemy, but from his own family and neighbors. He had to tear down the symbols of false security and compromise before he could build a foundation of true faith. In that one night, by destroying the old and building a new altar to the Lord, Gideon declared where his allegiance truly lay. Even after this, doubt crept back in. The task ahead felt impossible. So Gideon asked God for a sign, a very specific sign. He lays a fleece of wool on the ground and says, "God, if you're really going to save Israel through me, let the fleece be wet with dew in the morning, but let the ground all around it be dry." And the next morning, that's exactly what happened. But Gideon's faith was still shaky. So he asks again, this time for the opposite. "Don't be angry with me," he pleads, "but let the fleece be dry and let the ground be wet." And God, in his incredible patience, does it again. This wasn't about God proving himself. It was about God building Gideon's faith. He met Gideon right where he was, in his doubt and his fear, and patiently gave him the assurance he needed. From a man hiding in a wine press to a leader who tore down idols, to a warrior whose faith was finally confirmed, Gideon's story shows us that God doesn't call the qualified. He qualifies the called. He sees the mighty warrior in us, even when all we can